All right, we've hit start broadcast here on YouTube Live, and we have hit play here in our webinar app. So we are live. Please refresh the page. I'm just going to type in the chat. We are live. Please refresh the page. And everyone here, please let us know when you can see us and hear us. Again, here, everyone, please let us know when you can see us and hear us. I ask this, Jess, because I actually had a terrible experience once upon a time. Have I ever told you about that?
Maybe. I don't know.
It was one of my first ever webinars, and I thought everything was going so well. And then I hop back into the chat after 10 minutes, and everyone is saying that they can't see me, that my mic is broken.
Oh my gosh.
It's devastating. Now I always ask at the beginning. So I'm seeing the answers come in. They're saying, yes, they can see us and hear us.
Awesome.
Great. Let's get started.
Cool. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm Jess.
And I'm Cameron.
And this is going to be such a fun workshop. But first, what I would love for everyone to do, type into the chat, or I guess the chat's over here, and let me know where you're tuning in from, because we get people from almost every continent.
Yeah, absolutely. We get people from 4, 5, even 6 different continents. We haven't gotten anyone from Antarctica yet, but if you are from Antarctica, let us know. That would be a first.
Yeah.
Virginia, from Toronto, Bristol, UK, and I'm seeing more entries coming in. India, specifically Mumbai.
Nice.
So already we're in multiple continents. I'm seeing North America, the Caribbean, South Africa. So that's 4 continents right there. South Africa, close to Antarctica, close enough. Cornwall, Paris, bienvenue.
Bonjour.
Cheers from Michigan. All right, so thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in from all over the world.
Great. Well, I think we're good to get started. Now, it's awesome to see where everyone's tuning in from, but it also gives a last-minute stragglers a couple of extra minutes to get in. And also, guys, I really wanted to do this today. Don't forget to use your notebook or your workbook that we sent you guys in your email. You can see it.
Very exciting.
Just because you can follow along, you can take notes. There's some really cool things that will help you throughout this workshop. So I'm going to switch my screen. And one more time, if you can just tell me that you can see it.
You want to do screen 2?
Perfect. There we go.
Great. I'm just going to turn down the sensitivity. Perfect.
Perfect. All right, guys. So really, sorry for the squeakiness. Really looking forward to today's workshop. And it's called the 7 Steps to Launching Your Own Profitable Online Course. But that's because I am going to be giving you the entire 7-step blueprint. We are not holding anything back. You are going to learn everything that you need to know to have a successful course. And really, this is because at Teachable, we have a bit of an unfair advantage because we have access to all of the hard data for all of our schools. So we can see what our top instructors, all the top course creators are doing, and really breaking down as to, okay, why are they successful? What does their launch process look like? And that is what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. Now, this workshop is perfect for you if you're a blogger, a creative, freelancer, or maybe you're looking to grow your audience and your credibility, or maybe you're looking to grow your business while also helping a lot of people and making an impact. Now, if you already have a school in Teachable, I want to know what it is. So type into the chat what your topic is. If you don't have a school yet, I'd love to know what ideas you're thinking or what you kind of want to teach about. Because, I mean, we get people we get so many different topics that people teach.
Absolutely. I mean, Jess, when I first started at Teachable, I thought that the only thing people taught online was computer science. But since starting at Teachable, I have found that people teach everything from A to Z, literally from astrology to zoology. So in the chat, let me know what you are going to be teaching. I love seeing the diversity of responses here. So I'm seeing answers coming in. We're going to have people teaching about yoga and health coaching. You know, just the other day, I saw someone launch a course about Stoic philosophy, and they made over $20,000 just in their launch. Learn how to file bankruptcy yourself. It's an important topic. Public health. All right. So everything from financial to wellness to science. Thanks so much for sharing, everyone.
Yeah, this is great, guys. Okay, so my big promise to you is that in the next 60 minutes, you are going to learn the entire 7-step process, just like I said at the beginning. Now, I speak quickly, but I'm going to be speaking especially quickly today, just because, like I said, we're not holding anything back, and I want to ensure we get through all of the content today. Now, that being said, and because we're going to be moving quickly, make sure you take some notes. Because I mean, I don't know about you, Cam. I've gone to workshops or conferences or watched webinars where I'll be learning and I'll get a lot of ideas, but I won't take notes. And then as soon as I leave, it's like I was never even in the building. Like I can't remember a thing. So don't be like me. Make sure you take some notes. Now, let's first start off by talking about why online courses. Like, why are people using them in their business? Maybe you have seen people talk about them or get success. Oh, and really quick note, before we get into really the text heavy slides, if for whatever reason my slide looks a little bit blurry or not clear, if you hover over the gear icon, which is at the bottom right of this video, click on it and then select 720p HD. Really important because it'll make things so much more clear and you'll be able to see all of the beautiful slides. All right, so let's talk about online courses. So one of the best ways I could probably really describe why they are so powerful is with a story. So a couple of years ago, I was working as a web designer and all of my work was one-on-one with clients. Now, one year, it was my grandma's 90th birthday, and all of my friends and family decided that we were going to get together and throw this massive surprise party for her and fly back to Canada and do it. So that's what we did. And it's the morning of her birthday. I rolled over and checked my phone quickly when I woke up, and I got probably one of the most dreaded emails I think anyone that is doing one-on-one work can get. And first of all, type in the chat if you're currently doing one-on-one work or you can relate to this. So I had an email that said, "Hey, Jess, we love what you're doing with our website, but we have a couple of changes that we want done ASAP." And my stomach dropped because I knew exactly what that meant. While all of my friends were essentially partying it up with my 90-year-old grandma, I was stuck at home on this beautiful sunny day, feeling so stressed and so overwhelmed. And that was a pivotal moment when I realized that your time is valuable. And also it's very limited as well. So online courses actually come into play with this. But first, I want to start off by saying one of the first reasons of why they're valuable is that you can make extra money. You know, we've seen people make an extra 1K, even replace their full-time income just with an online course. So I'm curious now. I want everyone to type into the chat here. What is your monthly income goal for your online course? So type in A, B, C, D, or E, A, 500 to 1K, B, 1K to 3K, all the way up to C, 3, or all the way up to E rather, 10K plus per month. And just type it in. But you know, it's funny because I think when you look at this, naturally in a perfect world, everyone would love to be making $10,000 a month on their first course launch. But I mean, honestly, I think even making an extra $500 to $1,000 of income, like that's enough to show you that you have a viable course option there. And you know, an extra $1,000, it's a lot of money sometimes.
Absolutely. Even just a few hundred a month can have a transformative effect on your life. So I'm seeing the answers come in right now. And like I said, there's a good amount of diversity. So I'm seeing a few E's, but also A's, D's, C's as well. So people from all over the spectrum looking to start teaching online.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for sharing. Now, second reason is you do the hard work up front, but then your course becomes an asset. So because it's a digital product, you don't have to keep recreating it every time you want to sell a copy. And because of that, it means that your courses are extremely high leverage. You know, you do the hard work once. It's not a get rich quick scheme, but then you don't have to keep recreating it over and over again. Now, the third reason. Now, everyone type into the chat. Who here wants to be kind of famous? Cameron, do you want to be famous?
Jess, my face is all over teachable.com, so I think I'm already a T-list celebrity.
No, I'm only joking, guys. You're not going to be Zoolander famous. You're not going to have paparazzi following you, obviously. But what's kind of cool is that you do become this mini celebrity in your space and you gain credibility and you just grow this incredible community around what you're doing. And I mean, if I think back to even one of our earlier teachers, her name is Jessica Sprague, and she has 80,000 students in all of her courses. So that is the equivalent of her standing in the middle of a football stadium, Super Bowl football stadium, and having the entire crowd filled with people that know who she is and she's had some sort of positive impact on their life. Like, that's crazy. And that's what you can do with online courses. Fourth reason is you get results pretty quickly. So we've seen our entrepreneurs often make their first course sales in the first 1 to 2 weeks. Now, I want you to compare this to like another way that you could teach, like a book, if you wanted to write a book. That would probably take you at least 6 months to a year, if not longer. And you would have to print out multiple copies of like physical paper and make it a book. And then you could probably sell it for what? At most $15 to $20. Compared to a course, which is digital, you only have to make it once. And we've seen people get their sales and results in the first 1 to 2 weeks. And then the fifth reason is you can help a lot of people. So going back to the whole time element, you're no longer restricted to the 24 hours there are in a day. You can help hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people just from one product. So I'm curious, out of those last 5 benefits, which is the most exciting to you? Type it into the chat. Would love to know where you guys are at and kind of what draws you to online courses. What about you, Cam?
So for me, I think that the most incredible thing is the scale, the reach, the idea that, you can reach thousands of students that quickly. And I like to think of it like this. I had an amazing teacher in high school, but it would take him almost 20 years to reach 1,000 students. Whereas on Teachable, we've seen people reach 1,000 students in less than 24 hours. So just how fast you can do this and how many people you can reach, that part is always incredible for me. And indeed, I'm seeing the entries coming in right now. People are saying that helping people is what they love to do. Reason number 5, having a large impact on a large group of people to scale. All right, I think we're on the same page here.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Now, maybe you care, maybe you don't, but I'm Jess, and I lead partnerships at Teachable, where we've had over 7,000 people that have created well over 20,000 online courses. And to my left,
hey guys, I'm Cameron. So I work in sales, and I also work with our VIP instructors here at Teachable, but I actually started in our customer care team. So I have helped everyone from individuals to VIPs get started teaching online. Super excited to chat with you guys today.
And just like I said, as a team, we've watched over 20,000 course launches, which means we have access to all of the hard data for all of those schools. And we've interviewed our top instructors, we've picked their brains, we've solved their support issues. We've seen what works and what doesn't. And we've come to one pretty incredible conclusion. But I need to know that you guys are still with me and that you want to know what that conclusion is. So I need everyone that is live on this chat to type into the chat, like, heck yes, that you're still with me, that you want to know what it is. Give me some energy into the chat. And I can see everyone that's live right now. So I can see who's typing. And I need everyone to put it in the chat. I can see Cameron has typed in the chat. He's ready to go. Awesome, guys. Okay. Sounds like you guys are ready. So here it is. There's one tried and true tested method for building and launching your course. And out of our over 7,500 active teachers, 7,500 rather, the most successful are all using the same 7-step process. And that's exactly what I'm going to walk you through today. So let me know how that sounds. Thanks, guys, in the chat. Okay, so here it is, the 7 steps. I would encourage you to take a screenshot of this just to save you from writing your notes frantically. Step 1. So we need to find out what your most profitable course idea is. Step 2 is going to be all about setting your income goals, and I'm going to show you how to do that with one of our formulas. Step 3 will be all about growing your course audience and your email list. Step 4 is how to price your course. Step 5 is creating your school. Now, just so you know, you are going to be having, by the end of this webinar, you're going to have your school created. And then after that, we're going to talk about how to create a high converting sales page. Step 6 will be how do you actually create and record the content of your course. And then step 7, which I think is hands down everyone's favorite and why people show up to this, is I'm going to show you our launch calendar. So how to launch your course, everything you need step by step, an entire course marketing plan. So there's only 3 categories of people, and I want you to pay close attention to which one you fall under. So the first category is someone that is excited, but you have no idea what you want your course to be about, and you don't know where to start. Second category is maybe you have an idea for what you want your course to be about, but now you just need help refining and tweaking that idea. And the third category is maybe you have a ton of ideas and you just need to figure out which is going to be the most profitable course idea. So type into the chat 1, 2, or 3 as to which category you fall under. And as you're doing that, I want to show you guys, Angela Fur. So she was one of our really like early on, like one of the first teachers on Teachable. And she started off making $2,000 a month. She's now making up to $8,000 from her online course sales. However, what I want you to note is that her course topic is on watercolor painting. And Cam, I don't know about you. Guys, let me know in the chat if you felt like this. But when I first started, I honestly thought that you had to have a course teaching people how to make money in order to make money selling a course. But I can tell you that is not the case. And there are thousands of possible course topics out there. So we have seen things like the foundations of card magic, practical cartooning for technical folks. The list goes on. But let's go back to you. So how do you find what your most profitable course idea is? So what I want you to do now is let's workshop this together. Type into the chat as your ideas are coming in. But what are you good at? What are you passionate about? What are you already interested in? Are there maybe jobs that you've had, skills that you've done? And it does not necessarily need to be what you have studied in school, as an example. Because I have a friend who is very fashionable, and unfortunately, fashion is just not one of my fortes. So I'm always asking her for advice on what to wear. But the thing is that she did not study fashion. You know, she's not a professional fashion stylist. She's just extremely passionate about the topic, and she's just naturally good at it. So think about what that could be for you. What is it you would do without fail, even if you didn't have to? So looking at the chat here, I'm seeing Morgan says visual merchandising. Interesting. Gary says, I'm passionate about early child development. Environmentalist. Looking at the chat here. How to treat an ankle sprain. Yeah, there's so, I mean, you guys can already see here, there's so many different topics. But as we're coming up with this, there's always a myth that comes up, and I love to debunk it. So you're probably thinking, okay, well, I have a ton of things that I'm passionate about, but I just don't feel like I have any ideas where I'm enough of an expert to sell an online course on that topic. I think another way of saying it is imposter syndrome. Let me know in the chat if you felt this. I think everyone has. But we decided to see, what does expert actually mean? Because I think it's one of those terms that there's quite a few different definitions. However, the dictionary definition is having or showing a special skill or knowledge because of what you have been taught or experienced. Now, key point in that, it says what you have been taught or experienced. Note, it does not say that you are the world's best expert in whatever topic it is that you want to teach. And then the most important part of any online course is what we like to call the butterfly effect. And no, it is not the movie, but you want to provide a transformation for your students. And this is key. So people are not investing in your course because of how many modules or videos you have, or what your page looks like, or even who you are. All they care about is what is the outcome at the end of the course. What can they expect? What will that transformation be? So you want to be very clear on that. And an example of what that could look like, we've got Charlie Hohen, and his is how to land a job you love. Or Jessica Sprague, learn how to create digital scrapbooks in 30 days. Very clear to see what that outcome is. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Type into the chat, true or false. Who here thinks that the more information you teach in your course, the more valuable your course is? True or false? Let me know what you think. Cameron, what are you thinking?
Well, for me, I think that it's false. I think that it's not so much the quantity of information in your course, but the quality. Or as I like to say it, one moment of aha is worth hours of blah, blah. I think that's so true.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I wish you were on Twitter. That'd be a tweetable. We could tag you in it.
I'll get on it someday.
Yeah, and you guys are, I'm seeing here, quality, true, false, false. Cool. It's false. Because your course does not need to have a massive amount of information to be valuable. So I hope everyone just took the biggest sigh of relief. This should feel amazing. This should be great news, because a good online course simplifies things. So it cuts through the information to find out what is important. And that's because your course is a shortcut to an outcome. Because no matter what you're teaching, Cameron and I could probably go into Google and YouTube right now for free and probably figure out how to do it ourselves. The problem with that is it would take us 3 or 4 times as long. We would likely make quite a few mistakes, and we'd be frustrated and overwhelmed, and we wouldn't really know what direction we're supposed to go in. So that's why there's actually a lot of value in simplifying and aggregating and helping people sort through that noise. So let's just recap. Define your profitable course idea. Step 1, you're going to write down topics that you're passionate about, skills that you have, things that you've done. Step 2, you want to figure out the outcome that you're going to provide your students. So it's all about that transformation. And then step 3 is you choose the most impactful transformation. All right. Yes, that is just step 1. I know what you're thinking. You're like, what? That's only step 1? That was so long. But just so you know, the first step is always going to feel like the longest. And that's just because I want to ensure you have a strong foundation to build off of. But now that you know about your profitable course idea and what that could be, let's transition into step 2, which is setting your income goals. So this is the fun part. And the easiest way to launch your course is really to build a small but engaged email list. And this is of people who are genuinely interested in your topic. And then what you do is you launch your course to that list. However, before you can start making money, you need to understand that there is this formula behind how you're actually going to start selling courses. And this is what it is. We need to, first of all, figure out what your revenue goal is. And we kind of already started this at the beginning when you guys were saying what you'd love to be making every month. And then we need to figure out the total number of subscribers that you need and the conversion rate and then the price of your course. And a conversion rate is the percentage of people that turn into paying customers from your list. And then when you have a list of fans who know, they like, they trust you, it is so much easier to hit your income goals and launch your course to them. So now what I want to know is who here already has an audience? Type into the chat. And if you're at 0, I would love it if you put 0. Because look, we're going to be going through this, but everyone starts somewhere. So type it into the chat. And what are your thoughts on this, Cam?
Well, some people tell me that they have no list, and then I take a look online and I see that they've got a few hundred Facebook friends and a bunch of connections on LinkedIn and 30 followers on their Twitter and some people who are on their old blog, and you add it all up and it becomes a decent audience. Now, not all of them are going to convert to email subscribers, but some of them can. So even if you think you're starting from nothing, you might have more than you think. But even if you don't have a list, don't worry. We go into this assuming you're starting from 0.
Awesome. Yep. Seeing here, 0, wah, wah. Don't worry, Michelle. Like Cameron said, the good news is that you can go from nothing to an audience of 500 to a few thousand people pretty quickly. And I mean, within 10 to 14 days, if you know the right things to do. So I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second, but let's just circle back to this formula. So right now, we need to figure out how many subscribers you need based on your revenue goal. So first of all, let's figure out what you want to make, and then we're going to work backwards. So let's just say that you want to make $5,000. Now, we're going to assume that your course is priced at $300, and I'll be going more into why that is. There's a very specific reason why we're using this as an example. Your conversion rate, we're going to say, is 2%. So 2% in this formula is represented at 0.02. And 2%, while it may seem low, it's actually an industry average and it's considered good. So it's better to be safe and conservative than kind of overestimate. So that being said, that means that you need 850 email list subscribers to make $5,000. Now, if you've opened up a new tab and you're scrolling through Facebook, I want you to come back to this. Like, really look at this formula. 850 people on your list to make $5,000. That is 17 people in the entire World Wide Web to purchase your course. So I really hope you can see that you do not need to have tens of thousands or millions of people on your email list to start making money. And everyone can do this, including you. So let's just jump right into that. How do you grow your audience? Okay, so to recap, now you guys know about that formula for making your money and hitting your revenue goals. Now we're transitioning to step 3, all about your email list. So you're probably thinking, especially if you're starting at 0, well, how do I create my initial email list? And honestly, this is actually quite crazy, every single course creator that's successful on Teachable is growing their list in the exact same way. And out of all the webinars I've done, even with other influencers and partners, I have yet to find someone who is not doing this. Here it is. You need to give away free value, whether that is free content, a piece of your course, in exchange for someone's email address. Now, just out of curiosity, actually, this is the best analogy I have for this. Type in the chat, who here goes to Costco? I know my mom and I do. Cameron, do you? Is it still the cool thing where the kids hang out?
Jess, I'll have you know that I still go to Costco occasionally with my mom. In fact, this weekend when I was in Salt Lake City, I went to Costco with my grandma. It was a great time.
I love it. We're just happening kids here. Awesome. Yep. Great. Thank you for the support. I'm glad to know that people still go to Costco. Okay. Regardless, though, I want you to imagine that you, Talina, you are one step ahead. Tatiana, sorry. I want you to imagine that you're in Costco right now and you're walking down an aisle and someone comes up to you and says, hey, I have this box of cookies. They're $20. Do you want to buy them? Now, I don't know about you. I love cookies. But if someone said that to me, my first reaction would be, no, that seems expensive and I've never tried them before. However, I want you to imagine that you're walking down an aisle in Costco and someone comes up to you and says, hey, I have these free samples of cookies. Would you like to try them? Now, let's say it is the most delicious cookie you've ever tasted. Now, do you think you're going to be more inclined to purchase $20 for the box? And the truth is yes. And it's exactly the same principle when it comes to online courses and selling it. You need to give away free value so people can see what you're about, that you're knowledgeable, that you're passionate, and that you can help them. And then they're going to be more inclined and excited to purchase your premium course. And I will be coming back to that. Now, we have 18 strategies that we use to grow an email list. And we have all of this in our premium course. It's called The Profitable Teacher. We sell it for $350. People purchase it. However, you guys are in for a treat because you showed up to this webinar. I'm just going to give you 3 of the strategies straight from that premium course for free. So let me know how that sounds, and let's do this. So method 1 is the giveaway. So with a giveaway, it's a really great way to grow your list quickly. And what I would suggest is using software like KingSumo. We can type this into the chat, or Gleam.io. And they're great because what you do is you create this giveaway and someone enters your email address to be entered in it. So you start collecting emails. But once they do that, they're then prompted to share it on social media for 3 additional entries. So what you're going to start to see is that your giveaway starts to go viral because people are sharing it for additional entries. And it is one of the best ways to grow your email list quickly. The only thing I would say for you to have a successful giveaway in course launch is you need to make sure your prize is so specific to your course topic. So you don't want to do something extravagant like, I don't know, give away an iPad. Because even though that is a really awesome prize, you're going to get a lot of people that are entering in your giveaway just for the prize versus being your target audience and people that would actually be interested and keen when you open up your course a week or 2 later. So that's just my one tip for that. Next is the mini course. So let's say that you have a premium course. It's $300 and it's called How to Plan a Trip to Italy. And let's also say that you have 10 modules inside. What you can do without creating any additional work is you can give away one of those modules for free and offer it as a mini course. And when you do this, a couple of really interesting things happen. So first, you can instantly put hundreds, if not thousands of happy students in your free mini course in days. You build this incredible audience, but you deliver a ton of value and you really start to build a relationship with them. And then what a lot of people miss is you can use their feedback for testimonials to help you sell your premium paid course. And then you have an instant audience of people that are excited for your course. So an example of someone who does this so well is going back to Angela. She's our watercolor painting instructor. She has free courses on watercolor painting. However, once you go through that, it's pretty elementary. She has more advanced courses that people can purchase. Now, third method is the webinar. So webinars are great because you can teach topics, you can talk to your audience, you can interact with them. Very similar exactly to what you're seeing now. If you don't want to be the only person on camera, you can also do like a summit where you're interviewing other experts. And it's a really great way to do it. The only thing I would say though is when you're doing your webinars, really ensure that you are giving value. Whether that is, like you're teaching something or like people can get results regardless of if they purchase from you or not. This is key because you don't want to be one of those people that does webinars, teaches for 5 minutes, and then for an hour just sells their products. No one likes that. Doesn't help. So those are 8. We have 18 strategies, and I've just given you 3. Who here thinks they can do 1 or 2 of those? And honestly, I think everyone can. And I want you to type into the chat which one you were going to try. And then after you do this over a 10 to 14 day period, you have your list. And then in step 7, in the last step, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to launch your course. But let's just recap. So you know now the 3 strategies to growing your email list. So you've got the giveaway, the mini course, and doing the webinar. Now let's transition into step 4, which is pricing your course. Now, just curious, who here is considering making a course that is less than $100? Type into the chat. What do you think? Have you ever?
Well, for me, Jess, when I started at Teachable, I thought that all the courses were going to be less than $100. I thought they were all going to be $5, $10, $15, something cheap like an impulse buy. That's what I had seen on marketplaces like Udemy, and that's how I thought you made money selling online. But since starting at Teachable, I have found that actually the opposite is true. Jess, you want to tell them a little bit more?
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting. Now, this is just something that we found that works. This is a strategy. And honestly, the best way to hit your revenue target is to use premium pricing. Now, think of it like you want to be considered, we call it the Rolls-Royce effect, but you want people to look at your course like the Rolls-Royce of online courses versus this you get what you pay for kind of beat up car. However, I'm not just saying that because it sounds good and everyone wants to be considered the Louis Vuitton of online courses. We looked at the data here, and the average price for top 10 selling instructors on Teachable, $272. And I mean, we've seen some like well over 1,000. But there's a reason behind this. When you use premium pricing for your course, a couple of things happen. So first of all, it's easier to hit your income goals just because you don't have to make as many sales. Your students will get better results, and they're also more fun to work with. Now, this is because when you have a premium price course, it was an investment. So people didn't just do like an impulse buy, like a lot of Udemy courses that I'm guilty for purchasing and never doing. It wasn't like a $10 or $20 course. People had to really think through if they wanted to do this. And because of that, that they are going to be going through the program. They're going to be asking the right questions. They're going to be excited and eager to learn, and they're going to get incredible results because of that. But let's also talk about financially why it works. So let's say you wanted to make $1,000 a month. Now, if you charge $100, which I would consider premium priced in certain niches, you need to make 10 sales, 10 people to purchase your course that month. If you charge $500, you only need to make 2 sales. Let's make it even more. Let's say you want to make $5,000 a month just from your course. If you charge $100, you've got to make less than 2 sales per day. But if you charge $500, you need to make 10 sales the entire month. So you can see like both of those are premium price products, but compare that to like trying to make $5,000 by selling a $12.99 course. Like way harder, same product, same amount of marketing. So do you guys think that those goals are approachable when we break them up into those practical steps? Type into the chat and let me know. And also, I want everyone right now, let's have some fun. Type in, I will charge more. I know Cameron's getting ready to type this in. And this is because, guys, it's not just about using this as a strategy so you can hit your income goals. Honestly, I think it also comes down to just valuing your work and your knowledge and the amount of effort you've put into this course. A lot of the times, I don't know why, but we undercharge and we undervalue and we try to justify why that's okay. So know your worth, type in, I will charge more. You guys are awesome. I see you guys doing that. All right, so now that you know how to price your course the right way, let's move on to step 5, creating your school and talking about sales pages. So get ready, guys, because this is going to be pretty soon going to be interactive and you're going to start building your school. So there's 5 things that you need when you put your course online. 1, you need it to be absolutely beautiful and you want to be able to create it in less than an hour, even if you have zero technical expertise. 2, you want to be able to have your own domain name. So that's like yourcourse.com. And this is just because it's professional and it boosts your credibility rather than having like some name dot something weird dot yourcourse.com / whatever. 3rd, you want to make sure that your course website is mobile optimized. So that means that it looks good on every device. So if I were to go onto my phone and I looked at your course website or tablet or a computer, it should all display nicely. And 4th, make sure you have total control over your students' data and emails. And this is very important. And I really don't like to point fingers or say names, but this is honestly just how Teachable got started. So our CEO, Encore, he was on Udemy and he had a course and it was successful. And one day he started to see that his students were increasing quite quickly. And I mean, for any course creator, that is an exciting time. However, he went to check his income and the revenue wasn't changing, which is weird. So he contacts Udemy and they explain to him that, well, we've actually discounted your course for free. And, you know, as weird as that is, that's just part of their terms and that's how they work. But the problem is that he's a business owner, he was an entrepreneur, and he had no control. So Udemy basically was just giving his stuff away for free. So he decided to make Teachable, make a new platform. But get this, as soon as he wanted to take his students out of Udemy and put them onto Teachable in his new course, he couldn't because he didn't have access to their emails. And that's because Udemy owns all that content and all that data. So no matter how you create your school and however, like whatever way you do it, please just promise me you will ensure you have full control over your students' data and emails. It's so important. And then 5th, you want to be able to accept payments on day 1. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. If you're like, well, how am I going to find a platform that does all of this? I'm sure you guys already guessed this. You can do all of it on Teachable, but I'm not just going to say you can. We're going to show you right now. Let's just get one quick win right now all together and create your school. Cameron is going to show you how.
All right, everyone, follow alongside me when you do this, okay? Now, if you do not have a school on Teachable yet, then you follow alongside me. If you do have a school on Teachable, this is where you can sit back, relax, have a cup of tea, and just enjoy. But again, if you don't have a school on Teachable, follow alongside me. And then once you create your school with me, type done in the chat. Again, follow alongside and then type done in the chat once you're done. So I'm just going to go to teachable.com. And once I'm at teachable.com, I'm just going to click the giant orange Get Started button. And from here, it's easy. I'm just going to put in my name, Cameron Mattis, and I'll see while on LinkedIn, I always get tons of requests after these. Now I put in my email, Cameron7steps82817@teachable.com. And I'm just going to put in a super secret password. Sorry, guys, can't tell you that one. And last but not least, I'm going to agree to the terms of use and privacy policy, which make it clear that you own your students, your pricing, and your data. Now, last but not least, I'm going to name my school. And don't worry, you can change all of this later, so you can go with something boring for now. So just like me, I'm just going to do Teachable 7 Steps 82817. I'm going to click Create New School. And believe it or not, that's it. So if you've been on the internet for a while, you know that back in the day, if you wanted to build an online school, first you had to buy a domain, then you had to purchase web hosting, then you had to code the site and upload it. All that stuff you had to do first. With Teachable, you just fill out the form and the site is built for you. And we walk you through everything you need to do next, from signing up for our demo webinar to creating a course to customizing the look and feel. We make everything easy with tutorials for everything. So again, if you did that alongside me, type done in the chat. Thank you so much for your time and attention to everyone doing that alongside me. And now back to your regularly scheduled webinar.
Thanks, Cam. You should have like a radio show. Awesome, guys. Seeing already in the chat, people are saying done. Awesome. So now that you have your school, which I think took 30 seconds to do. It's time to talk about sales pages because you need one that converts like crazy. So there's 6 things that you need for a high converting sales page. So first of all, you've got your title and your subdescription, but don't just have the title of your school and leave it like that. You want to really focus on the transformation in everything that you're writing about. So it should be very clear, and it's like a no-brainer decision of what the outcome is. And then below the text, you can see there's like this watch promo button. If you click on it, this video pops up. And this video and video in general is so important when you have a sales page. It converts so much higher because people get to see that there is a real person behind this. They can see that you're passionate about your topic, that you know what you're talking about, and people can see if they resonate with you or not. Now, this example, yes, it's professionally filmed, but it does not need to be. Honestly, we've had people that have had crazy successful launches and they made their video on their sales page with an iPhone. So it does the look and the quality is not as important as actually being present on video. Then we've got the write-up of the course. So here what you want to do is really focus on explaining to your potential customer why it is that you understand where they are now. Why is it that you understand what their pain points and their struggles are, but then also explaining why you have the solution. Maybe that's because you've gone through a very similar journey as they did. Maybe you have a personal tie to that situation, but really make it clear as to why you're credible and why you know what you're talking about. And then again, really focus on the transformation and the outcome that people are getting in the course. Then we've got the testimonials. Now, it's one thing for you to say how great you are and how awesome your course is, but it's another to have people who have had very similar pain points to your current customer or your potential customer, but they got results from working with you. And if you can, depending on the nature of your course and like the industry, include some images with the testimonials. And then finally, we have payment plans. And this is especially important if you're using premium pricing because, look, not everyone's going to be able to afford your premium price in one go. So this doesn't devalue your course. It's still the same amount, but you make it more accessible to people. So you can split up the payment like over 3 months and let people pay like every month a certain amount. So definitely include that on your sales page. But if you're wondering like, why should you be so excited? Guys, that entire sales page I just showed you, even with the whole payment plans and like being able to split the payments up, that was generated in minutes using Teachable. And that's because it's essentially just a fill in the blank template and you can customize it as much or as little as you want. And then your sales page is where you're going to send everyone when you start promoting your course. All right. So virtual high five, you can't see it, but I'm doing it to the screen. We are through the first 5 steps. Let's just recap though for your brain and mine. So step 1, we talked about how to find your most profitable course idea. 2 was setting your income goals for your course using our formula. 3 is growing your course audience and email list. Step 4 is pricing your course. 5, we created your school and a sales page. And 6 now is going to be all about creating your content. And then 7, which is everyone's favorite, is launching. Now, when it comes to creating your content and recording it, let me know if this is what you're thinking. You're like, yeah, that's cool, Jess, but that sounds like a lot of work. Type into the chat and let me know if that's what you're thinking. Totally cool. However, the good news is that it's not that hard. And I'm going to show you just the easiest way to create your course content, which is first, you need to create your course outline. So you want to write down the process step by step that someone needs to go through to get whatever the desired outcome is that your course provides. And then each step in your outline becomes a section. And honestly, keep it to 6 to 12 sections, nothing more. And then in each section, that's where you can put your video lectures. Now, when it comes to actually creating the videos, the easiest way to do it is to use PowerPoint or Keynote. PowerPoint if you are on a PC, Keynote if you're using a Mac. And really you can do slides, just like kind of like a slideshow presentation, and then use some software like ScreenFlow on a Mac or Camtasia on a PC. And what it does is it records your screen and also your voice as you're talking. So what you can do is go through your presentation in real time, like you're doing like a live lecture, and then it will record everything. And then you can just export it and upload it to your school. Like so quick and easy to do. You don't need to have all this fancy editing or crazy effects. But if you don't want to do that, other ideas are interviews with experts, cheat sheets, case studies, supporting materials, toolkits. The biggest takeaway that I hope you get from this is that it does not need to be complicated or expensive for it to be professionally looking. All right, now who is ready to get into the fun stuff and launch your course? I'm ready for this. I'm super excited. Type in heck yes though into the chat. Let me know that you're still with me. And I need every single person that is live right now to do that so I know that you are with me. You ready for this, Cam?
Jess, you know I'm ready for this. I'm excited.
All right. We should like a drum roll sound effect. You guys can put drum roll in the chat. It'll be like our mini drum. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. Step 7, launching your course. Guys, awesome. Thanks for typing in the chat. So if you remember way back in step 3, I showed you how to build your email list. Now we're going to launch your course to your list of new raving fans. And experimentation is great, but sometimes I think it's better just to follow a proven plan that works. And I just want to give you a simple but extremely effective launch calendar right now. So the easiest way to make money with your course is to do it in 2 steps over a 30-day period. So first, you want to build a small initial email list, and that's over 1 to 2 weeks. And then you want to launch your course the following 1 to 2 weeks. And for your first launch, keep things smaller because you can make an extra 5, even 10K or more on your first course launch by only launching to a small list of even a few hundred people. So this is what it looks like. So for 8 days, we call this our education phase. And this is where you're doing things like your blog posts, the webinars, the giveaway. You can do like your mini course here. And then at the end of the education phase, people are going to know that you can help them because you already have. But they're going to want your course because you've generated a demand for your premium content. And finally, they trust you. But they trust you because you've earned it. There's no sneaky marketing tactics here. You genuinely, for 8 days straight, have to give nothing but pure value. And then you're going to have 500, 1,000, maybe more people, of which you have a percentage of them that are going to be absolutely ready to buy your course. And then we transition into the sales phase of the launch. All right, so this is our 8-day launch phase. We jokingly call it our Crazy 8 launch because for 8 days, you're sending out 8 emails. But you're not going to go crazy because I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what you put in those emails right now. So here it is, the exact schedule and templates. So day 1, this is where you'll send out a course teaser. So you can mention that you'll be launching a course, but people can't join quite yet. Day 2 is you explain what is in the course. Day 3 is you then announce, you say, hey everyone, the course is now open for enrollment. Day 4, send out an email answering the questions like, is this course right for me? And FAQs. And FAQs are, they're not necessarily the most frequently asked questions, but you actually want to address objections. So what might be holding someone back who could get value from your course from joining? So things like, is there a payment plan? Do you offer support? Is, there a refund period? Day 5, you can add in a surprise bonus to your course. So you can say like, hey, everyone that joins my course is now going to get this bonus. Day 6 is where you can have thank you and social proof. So thank everyone that has joined your course thus far. And also, if people have emailed you about results that they're getting, you can include some social proof. And then day 7 is where you create a logical argument for why your course makes sense. And this is like, be totally honest here. Say like, look, my course isn't for everyone, but it is for you if, and then explain why. And then day 8, you can say enrollment is closing and you can send extra 1 to 2 emails there too. So this is what the entire calendar looks like. If you want, you can add on day 13 or day 16 some additional things like a webinar. But just know that the money will typically come in spurts. So you'll make money on your first day when you open cart, but expect it to drop. And I mean, we've had someone that made 6 figures on their launch, and on one day, they had 0 signups. So everyone type in the chat. I will not panic if I don't make sales on one day. It's not over until it's over, and you'll get the most sales on the very last day. All right, so this is Lee, and I love him as an example because he was on one of these 7 Steps webinars just like you are now. He went through the entire program that I just showed you. He followed it, and he had a list of 1,400 people, and he ended up with 240 signups. Now, those are incredible conversion rates, but I'm using this as an example so you can see that if you take everything I showed you and you really apply it and you really start to follow it step by step, you are going to get results. All right, guys, we did it. Now, we're going to get into the Q&A in just a few minutes, but first, let's talk about you. What was your biggest takeaway from this? Let me know in the chat what it was, because I mean, maybe there's something that you didn't know that you could do, or you learned a new strategy. But I really hope that the biggest one you get is that you can do this. Like, we see so many people that attend these webinars, they follow everything that we shared and they get results from it. And these are people that are starting from zero. They don't have a massive list. But I mean, that being said, we've covered a lot of content. So who here kind of feels like this? Just information overload. Cameron, how are you feeling?
Just, even though I've been to this webinar before, I still feel like that sometimes.
So if that is you, how many of you just want me to get rid of the overwhelm and just give you guys our exact easy to follow process for launching your course? Like, everything you need step by step, holding your hand. Let me know if you want that in the chat, because like I mentioned earlier, to create a course, you need 2 things. So first, you need a proven plan to follow, but from people who've actually done it. And then you need a way to create your online school. So the technology. And that's why we've combined 2 extremely helpful things. And this is not something that is available publicly. So if you want to figure out a course topic that people are going to love, you want to become more well-known in your space, increase your credibility, you want to grow your income, but in a much more scalable way, and you want to help a lot of people and build a community around yourself, and you want to do all of this in the next 30 days, then this Teachable bundle is specifically for you. So everything that you get in the bundle, first of all, you get our most popular plan. It's our professional plan. And this alone, I think, would just be valuable, just if you had this by itself, because it's unlimited courses and students, 100% customizable with a look and feel. There's learner progress tracking, full e-commerce accept payments, email marketing, drip content. But most importantly, there's no transaction fees, instant payouts. So when you add in your own payment gateway, no matter how much money you make, Teachable takes nothing. And then once you have the #1 software to deliver your online course, you're going to need that step-by-step plan to help you create and launch it. Now, guys, I'm so excited for this. If you remember back, I mentioned that we have our online course, our flagship program. Here it is, a Profitable Teacher. And just so you know, we're going to be including this for free just for upgrading to the professional plan. So this is an incredible course. I mean, I've done it. There's so much in it. It cost us around $50,000 to do it, because we really did a lot of analysis on the data that we have for people that are launching courses on Teachable. We flew the entire team to Florida to film it professionally. And really, it's everything that I covered today, but in so much more depth. And it shows you everything that you need to have your first 5-figure course launch. And we include things like checklists, templates, downloads. And then after you go through it, you'll have successfully created your first profitable online course, real students, and revenue. But on top of that, we're also going to include our course creation workshop series. So this is 12 workshops featuring incredible online course creators like Mariah Cause. In one of her workshops, she talks about how to have your first $5,000 launch, and then how to choose an irresistible course topic. Then we've got Melissa Griffin that says how to put together a high converting sales page, or sales funnel rather, for your course. Caleb Wojcik talks about creating beautiful videos for your course, regardless of your budget. And Sean McCabe shows you how to grow your business with writing. Plus, there's 6 more workshops to keep you growing your business. And on top of that, and this is just for the professional plan upgrades, you're also going to get 8 weeks of group coaching calls. So you can talk to one of our Teachable experts, ask them anything. And we normally reserve it to up to 12 people each call. So it's very intimate. You know you're going to get your questions answered. And then on top of that, if that wasn't enough, you're also going to have your next secret weapon, which is 2 one-hour sessions of concierge onboarding. And this is so you can speak with a VIP onboarding specialist, and they will show you how to set up your school for you. And you can use all these bonuses at your own pace. You can even decide when you book your onboarding sessions. All that I need from you, though, is to watch the videos in the Profitable Teacher, do the action items that we tell you, ask questions. And this is because when you take action, you're going to get results. And remember, you're getting the exact software that thousands of Teachables instructors have used to grow their online course business. So everything that you're getting today is our professional plan, which is valued at $99. And then on top of that, and this is again, we're including this for free, you're getting our Profitable Teacher course, the course creation workshop series, plus those bonuses like group coaching calls and one-on-one onboarding sessions. This is a total value of over $1,200. You can go onto our website right now and you can purchase all these things separately. So I'm not just making up the value of them. But like I said, today, when you upgrade to our professional plan, which is just $99 a month, we're going to give you the full courses, all those bonuses as a gift. But if you're not quite ready for the professional plan, you can upgrade to the basic plan. So it's $39 a month. You can cancel at any time, and you're still going to get all those bonuses, except for the concierge onboarding and the coaching calls. And the basic plan, it has most of the awesome features that you need. So there's unlimited courses and students, all of the same things. Big difference is that there's a 5% transaction fee and you have to wait 30 days to get paid out. So, very big distinction there. The basic plan is probably a better fit if you're not looking to sell courses, but you want to kind of just test out the platform. So what I want you to do next is, if you're just shaking your head as we're going through this and you're like, this is a no-brainer, this is what I want to do, and it's a good fit, click the buy now button above this video. But look, there's a lot of people on this webinar right now, and we don't want to have everyone just upgrading. We want to ensure that the right people upgrade and they're getting results from it. So that's why we are offering a 100% money back guarantee. So it's our best guarantee ever, because you can take 30 days to go through everything. You can set up your school. You can download everything. And then if by the end of that time you decide it's just not the right fit for you, let me know and we will give you a full refund. There's no questions asked. It's 100% risk-free. But it still gets better because you guys are here live. I'm sorry if you're watching the replay. And because you're here live, we want to offer you 2 bonuses if you upgrade before the webinar finishes. So first, you're going to get our private Rolodex for online course resources. So this is the exact people that we use when we need help. You can't get access to this in any other place. Plus the VIP Facebook group for the Profitable Teacher. So these are people that are in the course, and it's it's an awesome group, but you can ask for help, get support, share your wins. And then both of these are fast action bonuses, but we're giving them to you if you upgrade on the basic or the professional plan. So everything you get today, and I'm not going to read it out because there's a lot there, but just for upgrading to the professional plan, you get all of these bonuses valued at over $1,700. And now we've got Fiona. I love this. She says, after 2 weeks of relentless periscoping, a free workshop, tweeting, and marketing, I'm closing registration to my first course on Teachable, 40 paid students, $97 a student, which I think is incredible. Alan Perlman is doing incredible things now. But when he first started, in less than 72 hours, he'd already made over $6,000 in sales. So we're going to have a live Q&A in a second. But what I want you to do next, type into the chat and let me know if you've upgraded. This is important because, guys, these bonuses and everything that we're offering, you don't get this normally if you just go into our website and upgrade. This is a very special offer because you guys are on this webinar. So let us know in the chat when you have upgraded, and that way we can just ensure you do get those bonuses. So again, if you want to do that, just click the buy now button above this video. If you want to upgrade a pre-existing school, it's no problem. All that you need to do is click the plan that you want to use. But then rather than recreating an account, scroll down and click login. And then after you upgrade, we're going to send you a special link with all those bonuses. Now, if you're sitting here and you're like, okay, what's the catch? Why is this offer so great? What's happening? Why are you doing this? To be completely honest, we can give away all these digital courses because we're a software company. So we're not in the business to sell courses. But that being said, when Teachable first started, we actually did sell these courses like as part of our business model. And what we noticed was that, because again, we really analyze what people are doing on the platform. The people that had done the Profitable Teacher and all of our training courses, they were making more money on the platform. But because of that, they stayed on our platform longer because they had income to obviously pay for the software. So we realize as a business, it makes sense for us to ensure that people that join Teachable, they have the skills and the knowledge to have a successful online course business, because when you make money, you'll stay with us longer and then we make money. So it's a win-win, but that's just genuinely how we do it. And that's why it makes sense. And if you need assistance once you're in, let us know. We are here to help. We've got our customer care team literally standing by right now. But guys, thank you for being here. Let's get into the Q&A. Really excited for this.
All right, guys, ask us all your questions. We want to make sure that you are getting started with confidence. So let us know. Ask us all your questions. And if we miss your question, please keep asking it. The chat can go pretty quickly sometimes, so if we miss anything. Virginia says, definitely information overload. Don't worry, Virginia. Take your time. You can watch the replay, examine everything, go through Profitable Teacher. We want to make this as simple as possible for you. The webcam's looking really orange for some reason.
Weird. And don't forget, guys, to use your free workbook that we have sent you guys an email if you want to recap as well. It's really easy to print out.
Rakesh in the process will join later, have some more questions, and be able to do this from India and sell in Indian currency as well. So Rakesh, I will let you know that you can absolutely use Teachable wherever you are in the world, and you can 100% price in your currency, whether that's rupees, whether that's euros or pounds or you know, Taiwanese. I can't remember the Taiwanese currency, but in any case, you can charge in whatever currency you want. All right. So Skywalker says, I already have a school. Don't worry, Skywalker. You should just be able to log into it to upgrade. All right. Khadija B, I plan to join, however, I need to complete the final content. Go ahead. That's totally fine. Shuba, I didn't receive that book. Shuba, go to teachable.com/workbook. Is that teachable.com/workbook? Yeah, just go to
PDF.
Teachable.com/workbook, and it will redirect you to the download. All right, Michael, I said I had to upgrade soon as I'm doing my own launch. Need to receive the money without waiting. Michael, that's great to hear. If you're on our pro plan, you'll get your money instantly as soon as you link your Stripe and PayPal accounts. And since your launch is coming up, I should tell everyone that today we are launching our brand new single page checkout feature. So there's no need to use any external shopping carts, no need for Sam cart, nothing like that. You will get everything instantly. Okay.
That's so exciting.
Okay. Rakesh says, thanks for the webinar. Helpful in getting a lot of info. You're welcome, Rakesh.
Awesome.
I'm glad you enjoyed.
Thanks for being here.
Okay. So Michelle says, how long does it take to get through the course? Michelle, the Profitable Teacher probably takes you a few days to get through. I'd say it depends on how much you're doing each part of it. Like if you're like writing down lots of notes, or if you're just kind of browsing the content.
And you might not even need all of, like, if you already have a course idea, you can save time, but not going through the first one. Although it does help because then you know you're on the right track. But yeah, totally up to you. It's a good course.
Steve says, how do you do slides with color on Teachable? So Steve, if you want to add slides to your Teachable school, what I would recommend doing is taking your PowerPoint presentation that you create, and then you export that presentation as a video, and then you can upload that video straight to Teachable. So don't upload like the PowerPoint itself. Take a video of it and then upload the video to Teachable. Shuba says, I want to know about grading. Shuba, so you can add graded quizzes on our professional plan and up. And once you have graded quizzes, that will allow you to view quiz grades. You can go into a student's profile and see their grades on all the quizzes. Alan asks how he can generate traffic to his mini course sign up page. Jess, what do you think of that?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a couple of different ways that you can do this, but the best way, if you have literally no audience and you don't want to invest in Facebook ads or anything, I would actually start looking at Quora, Quora.com, or forums or Facebook groups. And what you could do is, if people are like, you'll see people are asking about a topic that is related to your course. And what you can say is like, offer value to them, being like, hey, like, I noticed that you are struggling with this, give them some advice and be like, oh, I also have a free course if you'd like to check it out too. You obviously have to be respectful of the rules if you're on like a Facebook group, but that's a great way to give value and also direct people to your course. Other ways you can do it is write like a 1,400 word blog post that's very detailed on maybe a search term that someone could be searching in Google. Like surprisingly, like if you are doing that and there's a lot of content in it, that can rank high, and you can have people like direct them to your free mini course. So I did that with one of my blog posts. I didn't even try, and it was on page 1 of Google.
Okay.
So I'm a bad writer.
You're not that bad a writer, Jess. I'd say you're definitely above average. Damning with faint praise over here. Freya says, can Teachable send automated email reminders to people who are in the courses? So Freya, I would do this through your email software like ConvertKit or MailChimp. So you can set it so that when someone is enrolled in your course, they'll automatically get added to like a certain list in MailChimp or something. And then that list would send them weekly reminders, something like that. Then Michael says, can you use Zoom.us record a video? Yeah, absolutely. But if you have a presentation and you want to record that video, you can just export that presentation as a video from within PowerPoint or Keynote. Skywalker Payne, where do I check to make sure my card is up to date? You can do that in your admin dashboard, go to settings and then payments. In fact, let me just share my screen to show you where that is. So I'm in my admin dashboard here. All I need to go to settings and then billing. And here is where I can like add my card and make sure everything is all set. All right, now back to the chat. Azar says upgrade done. Awesome, nice. Azar.
Boom.
Great to have
Virtual
you.
high five and real high five.
Just, I think that the reason that the light's so orange is because we have the overhead light on too. I might try it.
Oh, good call. Okay. So Jenny says, I don't really understand what Teachable is. I spent more time learning what Udemy is, and I can see the drawbacks. But what are we getting Teachable? A place to host our class. Yep.
Ginny, that's absolutely correct. So Udemy, they have their own course marketplace. You add your courses to Udemy, and Udemy will then put your courses on their marketplace. And that's why they own all the students. So when you sell a course on Udemy, they own the student info, not you. With Teachable, you own everything. You own your students, you own your content, you own your pricing. Everything belongs to you. Whereas Udemy, you're the product. You're not the owner. Mm-hmm. That's how it works. So Teachable, you have your own white labeled course site where you can sell your own courses and you're not competing with all these other people in the same marketplace. Azara says, is there a way to offer discounts or coupon codes? Yes, those are built in. And I'm going to drop you a support article that goes into that in detail.
She says, how is this different from Moodle? First of all, the layout and the design and the interface is way nicer than Moodle. It's up to date.
Moodle is, a complex system. You have to kind of host it yourself. You have to pay for someone else to host it. You have to balance all these different things. You have to create like your own video hosting. Teachable is all under one box. Moodle is complex. If you have all the technical know-how and you have the staff to build a Moodle installation, might be a good choice, but the vast majority of people don't.
And even access to our marketing features, like our one page, our single page checkout, things that help you increase your conversion rate for sales. That's just Moodle does not have that.
Yeah, you'd have to integrate with some external payment processor or something. Alan says, I'm based in the UK, but my content will be applicable to anyone. Will I be best to price my course in US dollars? Jess, as someone from Canada, what do you think about pricing in dollars?
Yeah, I think US dollars, because right now it's just the standard currency. You might depending, I would really see though where most of your audience is. Because if you find that 70 or 80% are not in the US, if that is the case, I wouldn't, just because sometimes with the conversion rates, it can be a little bit it's harder and it makes it more expensive. But if you do find that most people are in the States, I would definitely, or if it's a mix, definitely just do US dollars, because everyone kind of knows what the conversion is compared to the US dollar.
Azar is asking if you can do free webinars in Teachable. Yes, you absolutely can. In fact, I'm going to link you to an article we have all about how to do that. All right, check this out, Azar. Okay, we've got about 5 minutes left, So everyone here, please ask us all your questions. Again, we want to make sure that you're getting started with confidence. And we still have almost 40 people live. So I'm sure that there are still people here with questions. I want to know what they are. So ask your questions. Again, we want to make sure that we're getting everything we can answered for you. Anyone? Anyone? Shuba says, thank you, Jess and Cameron. This was wonderful and really appreciate your efforts to help us. Oh, thank you so much. We
Thanks
are
for
here to
being
help. And all that matters to us is that you came away learning something new. So Tina says, I have a book called The Ultimate Compassionate Guide to Caregiving, and I want to turn it into several courses. Is this possible? Yes. So most people break down a book into one course, but you can definitely break a book into multiple courses if the topic is diverse and you can talk and like can actually be split up into multiple courses. So you can we see people going from book to course pretty frequently. Michael says Hangouts or Facebook Live. Michael, we use YouTube Live for our webinars. It's an easy way to do it for yours. Our article goes into more detail about that. Raquel says, hello, how about other countries? Raquel, you can use Teachable in any country you want.
And you can translate it in any language and use any currency.
Virginia is in the process of upgrading. Virginia,
nice. Virtual high five
and real high five.
I hope you're doing this to the screen because otherwise we just look silly.
Freya, is it possible to for students to create a worksheet and fill it in? So what I would do is I would create a fillable PDF and have them download it, and then they fill it out while they're doing the course, and then at the end they can upload it so you can so they can see your progress. Petra says, how do students pay? They can pay with credit card, debit card, or PayPal. They can also pay outside of Teachable. Then you can give them the coupon code to access if they want to say pay you with a check or cash or something like that. Shuba says, my challenge is that even though I have 5,000 audience, I don't know if I'd get your students from Pool. So Shuba, you should definitely still be promoting them. You could even start a new list of like people who are really high engagement and people who are just kind of random, and then really only promote to that high engagement list. Raquel says affiliates will be difficult. Isn't that true? So Raquel, we have people from Brazil who are definitely doing affiliates. I don't think that there's an issue with that. Tina says, what if I want to turn one course into several languages? Tina, so right now, your Teachable school, your Teachable site can only be in one language at a time. If you want to have the interface be in multiple languages, you would need multiple sites. Michelle says, how do you decide on course pricing? I have no idea how much it should be. The Profitable Teacher goes into that. And if you don't want to use a Profitable Teacher, take a look at the Teachable blog. There are lots of articles there about course pricing. Skywalker Payne says, thank you, got my receipt. How soon do I get stuff and how do the calls work? So Skywalker, you should get all the emails soon with all the links to the bonuses in them. And then you can join everything like starting, I think the first group coaching call for you would be on Friday. Kendra says, how do I create a video on Teachable? Kendra, you upload videos to Teachable. You would create the videos on your own device, your own computer, and then upload them to Teachable. You don't create the videos on Teachable. Khadijah says, I missed the beginning.
We'll send you the replay.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll see a replay, and then I think you'll get a better sense of the structure. Jenny says, does Teachable provide landing pages? Yes, we provide built-in landing and sales pages. Michelle says, do you think only having one price versus having the 3-tier pricing comes with the... Okay, so Michelle, I would give students a choice. One of the best ways to improve your sales is to give your users multiple ways to pay you, okay? That's a huge thing. Azar says, is there a monthly subscription often for students, or is it always one-time fee for unlimited access? You can do monthly subscriptions. You can also do payment plans. Oh, you can also do annual subscriptions. Monthly subscriptions, annual subscriptions, and payment plans. Payment plan would be like 5 payments of $99 a month, something like that.
Okay. Any other questions?
Okay, Skywalker Pants says, thank you too. This has been a valuable sale. I've wanted to do this for a while. I'm so glad you could join us today. It's really cool. Okay, Raquel says, I see that there's a strategy to launch the course before it's ready. Can you tell me more about that? So Raquel, I'm going to link you to an article that goes into way more detail than I can about that.
Michelle, been on the fence, but I'm sold.
Nice,
for an upgrade.
Michelle.
Nice. Virtual high five. Boom.
Okay. link this to you. Raquel asked if there are discussions. I'll link this to you. Okay, and Ginny says, so payment for classes comes to Teachable, which disperses to us. So Ginny, we can do it that way, or on the professional plan, you can link your own payment accounts to get paid instantly. It's up to you which one you want to do. Alan says, can I use my existing landing page editor in WordPress and then use your cart? Alan, you can definitely do that. You can link directly to the checkout in Teachable, so you can use your own landing pages. I'll link you an article on how to do that.
Aw, thanks, Shuba.
Thank you, Shuba. I really appreciate it. So it is 3:15. It's just about time for us to wrap this up. We'll take one last question. We'll take one last question before we wrap this up. So anyone else in the chat have one last question before we finish? Waiting for you.
Maybe not.
All right. So it might be just time to wrap this up. So we should end by thanking everyone, because after all, there are lots and lots of people out there interested in online courses, but not many people who would actually take the time to learn about it. So thank you for being those people. Oh, Kendra has a question. So I only have to use video. Kendra, you can use video, text, PDF, audio, upload whatever you want. We recommend video because people engage with it a lot, right, Jess?
Definitely. Yeah, videos are the most engaging. But it's good to also offer other forms of ways that they can consume the content if you really want to do that.
People learn in different ways. So I wanted to thank everyone for joining us today. You took the time to learn something new today. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. So on behalf of myself
and Jess
and everyone else here at Teachable HQ, thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, everyone.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.